I'm sure you heard one. When our family gathered to sit around the dinner table, my dad would always say, "I am so happy everyone is here." He would have loved to be here right now with all of you. He enjoyed having a good time while jamming on his accordion while everyone hung out. For their 25th wedding anniversary surprise party, I told my mom I was having a birthday party for me. She cooked for 2 days while my dad moaned in pain. As soon as folks started to arrive, I told them the party was for them. Surprise! Instantly, my dad forgot about his woes and smiled his way through the rest of the day, grateful to be surrounded by all his good friends. And my mom was grateful I didn't get food from anywhere else or from her kitchen. How love heals even for just spurts of time. I bet there are many of you out there who received advice at one time or another, as he always looked out for others, willing to share his knowledge so you would thrive. Selfless, thoughtful, and smart. He entertained us with simple magic tricks that made us curious. He created games to build our math skills. And he gave Ange and me $10 every time we answered Final Jeopardy correctly. And most of all, he encouraged us to be our best without any pressure to be the best. One fond memory was when Ramona and I were hanging out with him, and she opened up her math homework, and my dad reached out and took hold of her worksheet to read the directions. He didn't care that he wasn't feeling well. He just wanted to be helpful as he was all the years prior. Being born on 6/5/43, my dad was a numbers guy since day one. He left impressions everywhere he went, displaying his unique character. Albert, one of his high school classmates from Cathedral Latin High School, class of '62, told me this week when I emailed him, "Your dad and I had class together where each of us had to write an essay and read it out loud." Albert said, "I remember the opening sentence of your dad's essay. It is often said, the strong lead the weak." He doesn't remember anything else about the essay, but that sentence made a powerful impression on him to remember it all these years. He left his mark on the world, whether you knew him as Luigi, Lou, Gino, Louis, G, Louis Gino, Dad, or Nono. And one big way he did that was through his love for chemistry. It was all around us, and he embraced it. My dad was unique. As a crystallographer in the 1980s, he was one of 8,000 worldwide. Crystallography is the science behind structure, of knowing where your atoms are. He was fascinated by crystals, because crystals form the building blocks of so much of the world we live in. Professionals in this field must be patient, detail-oriented, innovative, and able to visualize and interpret these models. I would pass through my dad's office, and he would stop me to show me how pretty the structure was on his Apple computer screen. You know, the one with the black screen and the blinking cursor. I was like, "That's so cool, Dad." I didn't understand any of it. My dad left being a father, and oh boy did we make him regret that at times. But he stuck by our sides through it all. And my dad always knew Ange was destined to be in front of the camera, and he will continue to root for you from where he is. But you need a new headshot, right, Christine? And Mommy, he was what we all are, gentle at times, challenging at times, and just right out lovable. He just wanted to squeeze all the wrong out of him. He encouraged us to laugh more unintentionally as we sharpened our sarcasm afternoon snack, dinner, after dinner drink, midnight snack, 3 a.m. cheese sandwich. And then do it all over again the next day. Chuck Norris, Tom Selleck, John Wayne, Jim Cramer, Alex Trebek, Van Owen, Bruce Lee, and Alexa all alongside us. They say it takes a village, from Anne bringing encouragement to keeping moving and his expertise with strength and mobility, to Josh for being my sounding board, and even though I know he didn't need to hear my voice for an hour straight, for Al for lending us Maria to be my mom's personal Uber and our family's Catholic representative, and to Christine for checking in on us and to be the neutral liaison, and to Randy for being the calm one, the comic relief when we really needed it, and the strength to move my dad around like a toy, as my mom would say. And the girls, Cordelia, Cece, and Ramona, for being down to earth when everything was up in the air. And to my mom, who kept the food coming, as I believe was the most important pillar, as food heals in so many ways. I also want to thank God for Netflix, cable TV, Paramount, which my dad subscribed to so we can watch Blue Bloods 24/7, Amazon for keeping the supplies coming when we needed them last minute, and Sam the pharmacist who let us be the only member to his secret delivery service, as the meds would show up in the mailbox promptly at 6 p.m. on his way home. As I close this eulogy, I'd like to share how he used to end our nights when we were kids. He always read to us at night before bed, Aesop's fables usually. We'd pick which stories we wanted to hear. It was our tradition, and he made it fun. After reading, he would say goodnight to us in numerous languages, standing in the doorway as we lay in our beds with the lights off. From the glow of the hallway light behind him, he would say, Bon nuit, buenas noches, good night, dobranoc, galinita, Lila Dov, bona notte, and good night. And then he'd close the door. In honor of my dad, please join us downstairs in the church to gather, as he always liked to do, eat and drink together. However, if you are not feeling well, please visit us another time. And lastly, we welcome interruptions. In the age of the phone, please call. Voices are always comforting. We spoke with folks we haven't talked to in years to spread the sad news, and it was nice to hear their voices, especially now. My dad will always be in our hearts and always with me when I brush my teeth